Ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome back to Crackheads, episode 17, dude. We're getting pretty far in. Kyle, doesn't it feel crazy? 17 episodes
crazy.
deep?
Yeah, time is really flying. Thank you guys for watching this far.
We're pretty fucked up right now, I'm not going to lie. We took some good shots. We smoked a little. We had a good time. We had a good time for today's episode.
And we got News Network.
Well, hold on. Wait, whoa, you're moving too fast, bro. I understand you want to change the weather and shit, but listen up. First and foremost, drop a like, drop a sub if you haven't already, and drop your hype points as well. Because listen, every single week we've been hitting very high up on the hype leaderboard, which is this new feature on YouTube where you guys have these like hype points that you can spend. I don't know what it does, but it's cool. We actually just a couple weeks ago hit number 6.
We did.
Yeah. Out of 100 in all of the United States.
That was pretty cool.
We were the number 6 most hyped video, which is unbelievable. It was on the McDonald's cooking episode 15.
Yep.
Unbelievable. So before we go any further, thank you to all you guys for supporting the show. So drop a like, drop a sub, drop all your hype points. And also, Kyle, you're going to start streaming on Twitch soon, right?
I am. Yep. I got my Twitch all set up. I've been playing around in OBS Studio and whatnot. So I'm ready to go. So keep an eye out on Instagram. I'll make an Instagram story before I go live.
And what's your Instagram?
Same as my Twitch, actually, conveniently. Captain Chong 420.
Wonderful.
Yep.
You want to take another shot?
Sure.
Crackheads episode 17. I mean, you still have the tag on your suit, which is fly. So, like, do you want to start today with your news?
It's how you
We're
say
diving right into the motherfucking news network, ladies and gentlemen. We have some breaking news to share with you. Kyle, what do we got, dude? What's your news article? Take the mouse, dude. Let them know.
Well, I wanted to tell you guys about sharks.
Okay.
You guys have heard about bear. There's a movie about it.
We talked about this previously on the pod.
We also talked about it. So you guys know about bear.
Yeah.
I want you guys to get ready for sharks, okay?
What is shark?
They're sharks, like regular ones, but with a lot of in their system.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
Around the coast of Brazil and Florida, a lot of, I would presume, cartel members are ditching kilos of into the ocean. You know, I would also assume to avoid the Coast Guard catching them with this. So they're ditching lots of at a time right before they get caught into the ocean.
Okay.
Sharks love it, it seems, because so first in Brazil they did a study and they tested 13 sharks, which I will admit, and the article itself admits, and other researchers that looked at the article admit as well, that is a small sample size. 13 sharks is not enough.
Wait, they're just testing sharks in the oceon.
Right. They
pull this article up, bro.
Yeah.
Pull this shit up, Brian. I want to see the numbers, Kyle.
So they tested this mouse sensitivity, or where is the mouse?
It's there. Have you lost it?
I found it.
There you go. Sometimes it's hard to find the mouse, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a real life mouse. Whoa, wait.
Well, there's another article.
Okay.
There's another article, and this one
I
remember
ahead, Kyle.
mostly off the top of my head.
So wait, how did you read this article initially then?
I do have the login on my computer. I just don't have to remember the password there.
Yes. So, okay.
I think actually, low-key, I think I use the strong password that the computer picks. So I don't think that is actually.
You could do a little password reset. Call me crazy. But okay.
That article, honestly, not as the other article's fine. So basically, they tested 13 sharks off the coast of Brazil, and all 13 of them, while that is a small sample size, all 13 of them tested positive, and not just positive, like heavily positive.
Okay.
They had heavy traces of in their system.
I mean, I've seen online, especially recently, how our current government administration is really cracking down on traffickers that are specifically trafficking via the ocean. Traffickers that are taking boats and driving them up to whatever American coast it might be.
Yes.
And obviously, that's nothing new. I think that's something that's probably been happening for years. But, like, what do you think happens to a kilo of, if the ship gets sunk and it sinks into the ocean, where does that kilo go, Kyle? Like, what do you think?
It probably floats to the bottom of the ocean, and maybe it gets dispersed. Maybe the critters just go in and attack it. Maybe the lobsters get it, and other animals eat the lobsters. I don't know.
What does your article here say?
So also in Florida.
Read the title. Come on. Start from the top.
Experts say sharks may be feasting on dumped off of Florida.
It must be so lit to be a shark.
Correct.
God, that's a fun gig.
All you've got to worry about is orcas.
And more.
Yep.
Fill me in. What's up with these sharks?
Erratic behavior observed in some sharks could be a result of them ingesting bales of cast overboard by passing traffickers. So that's why this article is more important than the other one anyway.
All right.
The other one discusses how 13 sharks tested positive for, and they also advise consumers not to eat shark meat because of this.
Have you ever tasted shark before?
I have not.
I have not either.
But in Brazil, they advise against it because it might have in it.
Fill me in. What are they saying?
So in Florida, they are also now advising against the consumption of shark meat. Move over, bear. Here come sharks. In what could be the plot line for the next cheesy marine-themed disaster movie,
Sharknado,
scientists think crazed and hungry sharks could be feasting on bales of hallucinatory dumped off the coast of Florida coast. Hallucinatory. I know I fumbled that sentence a little bit.
You're just fighting through this article, bro. You're fighting through this tooth and nail, Kyle.
Yeah,
I respect it.
Hallucinatory.
Yeah, have you ever stayed up for 3 days and done 100% can be, bro. 1,000,000%, yes.
I would put it in the stimulant category.
All right, Dr. Kyle. Pardon me.
That is not up there with.
Those are different than hallucinatory.
Right.
Either way, no, fill me in further. What do we got?
I've never personally had hallucinations from.
Okay.
Yet, while Sharks, a highlight of Discovery's upcoming Shark Week, does indeed examine if the ocean predators are chomping on floating pharmaceuticals cast overboard by passing traffickers. Marine scientists who made the TV program say its purpose is beyond gratuitous entertainment.
Okay.
Wow.
They have a deeper meaning for this. What is the deeper meaning? What do they say?
It's a catchy headline to shed light on a real problem that everything we use, everything we manufacture, and everything we put into our bodies ends up in our wastewater streams and natural water bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And these aquatic life we depend on to survive are then exposed to that, said Dr. Tracy Fanara, a Florida-based environmental engineer and lead member of the research team.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What do you think about like humanity's impact on the ocean? Do you think like we're fucking it up?
Yeah.
How do we fix it? For the most
part, I think also, I mean, we do benefit the ocean in a lot of ways as well. Like when we retire a naval ship, we will usually sink it in a strategic way that
that's a benefit?
Promotes the growth of more reef, which is beneficial to a lot of marine life.
You know, can I be honest? I think humans, not even like regardless of what country, but just humanity as a species should ban the use of plastic because it is directly killing ocean life.
All the boats, like, they're all not plastic. They're steel.
Sure.
And steel is...
I'm not talking about the boats. I'm talking about like when you get a 6-pack of soda and it comes in those little plastic rings, a lot of the times those rings end up in the ocean.
Yeah, and the turtles get them.
Yeah. Or like even if they're grinded up or ripped into pieces before they end up in the ocean, a sea creature could still eat that plastic, and that's not good for them.
Yeah.
You know? We fucked the ocean up, Kyle.
It could be. Have you considered maybe it's like the next form of natural selection? Maybe they'll
What do you
learn
mean?
to stop eating plastic?
But I don't think it's natural
Like
if we're doing
eaters,
it.
yeah, but the plastic eaters might cease to exist, and the non-plastic eaters will come to power.
But I don't think that's natural selection. Like
That
plastic is
how
inherently isn't
selection
natural.
works. No, but the genetic trait to avoid certain things is. So
But
just like animals avoid humans in general, that's a trait that is evolutionary now.
But why do they avoid humans? Because they're scared of us.
Right.
Why are they scared of us?
Because we top of the food
Because
chain,
we kill
baby.
them.
Yeah.
We don't always kill them through direct methods. Like, oh, we're hunting this creature to eat it.
Right.
A lot of the time, we are inadvertently killing creatures through our byproducts, like plastic in the
or
ocean.
sometimes we're just trying to drive down the road, and they get in the way.
Sure, that's different, though.
Yeah.
That's different, though.
I know. But it still, I think, contributes to
Do you think...
develop a fear of humans and stay away from
So
us.
let me ask you this then, Kyle, because you seem very like pro-plastic, anti-creature.
I'm
So
not
let me ask this.
necessarily pro-plastic, but I'm not anti-plastic.
Would you rather ban plastic to save the living creatures or keep plastic around for our convenience?
Convenience.
Really?
Yeah, plastic silverware fucking bangs. So, yeah.
Okay.
You ever had plastic silverware? That's
Absolutely
tremendous.
I have,
you
bro.
don't have
Yes.
to do dishes, and that's the most tedious dish to do. Is the
I was just
silverware.
picking your brain because I think we're just on very different
Go ahead,
mindsets.
pick
We're on very
away.
different
I'm
mindsets
telling
about
you,
this.
plastic is awesome. I like it.
But okay, keep filling me in. So fuck the turtles, kill them all. What do you think? Keep going.
I think if we can recycle that, that's ideal. Oh, you mean on this?
On the article, yeah. Like,
yeah,
what
yeah.
are they?
All right, anyway. Where do we live off here? We've seen studies with pharmaceuticals. All of these where fish are being affected by...
Ow.
If these bales are a point source of pollution, it's very plausible sharks can be affected by this chemical.
Okay.
It's so soluble that any of those packages open just a little bit and the structural integrity is destroyed and the is in the water.
True.
What are you going to do? And then it's going through their gills? That's crazy. Their respiratory system. They're doing... So... yeah, I don't recall exactly where in this article it says it. This is a very... Oh, here. Here.
Okay.
This I thought was pretty interesting. A hammerhead. A species that would usually swim away from humans. It's known for being very docile, very chill species.
But scared of humans as well.
Right.
Yep.
A species that would normally swim away from humans came directly towards the divers, moving erratically. They also observed a sandbar shark swimming in circles as it apparently focused on an imaginary object. So the sharks are tweaking. The sharks are tweaking off the yayo.
Why is that, though?
Because of the properties of the yayo, I'd imagine. But
well, this next paragraph is pretty damning, dude. Have you read the one right after what you just read?
Yeah. They also conducted experiments, including dropping dummy bales in the water, which many of the shark took bites out of, and loading balls of bait with highly concentrated fish powder to simulate.
There is so much dropped into the ocean that the sea creatures like the sharks are no longer biting it based on the flavor or the smell of what's coming out of it, but just based on the shape. Like, oh, that must be, and they're biting it. That's crazy. Like, there's actual tweaker sharks in our ocean.
Right. The effect, the researchers said, was akin to catnip on felines. It's the next best thing. And set their brains aflame. It was crazy.
They love a little
on
bump.
The show.
Sharks love to gum, is what this means, Kyle. Sharks love a little gummy. More power to them, dude.
They probably have really big gums. It makes sense. They got
they need at least a gram to cover their shit. You know how much blood
they need? Like probably a quad. They have 300 teeth. We have like 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sharks geek hard. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Continue then.
All right.
Is anything being done about this, or like?
Finara said they chose the Florida Keys as the best location for their research because a convergence of ocean currents made the region. Sorry, everybody, drunk a little bit. Made the region prevalent for floating bales of.
We gotta move to Florida, bro. That's so fire.
Dang. Yeah. Florida serves as a staging point for large quantities of making their way into the U.S. from South America. And plastic-wrapped bundles of are often lost at sea or tossed overboard by traffickers being pursued by law enforcement.
I mean, when you think about it, as a trafficker who's driving some product from South America to the United States, throwing all your bricks overboard is very smart because obviously the Coast Guard is not going to start an offshore diving operation to retrieve a few kilos of.
If you're driving on the highway and you're about to, and there's like flashing red and blue
Highway's
behind
different,
you,
bro. They can recover it. Like if you throw a brick out the window, they can recover it.
Depending on how long the car chases, they might not.
They'll still recover it.
If you keep going for a while, they might not.
I think you're twisting.
I'm telling you,
as long as they see you throw something out the window, they're going to go get it. Because all it takes is one guy in a car.
Right.
But in the ocean, if someone throws a brick off a boat and they have to go retrieve it, they have to send a diving team in. In the ocean, we haven't even documented something like 70 or 80% of the total ocean's volume. Yeah. So, like, we don't even know what's down there. Like, it's not worth our resources to get a couple bricks.
Right.
You know? But on the ground level, someone running on the highway throwing bricks out, we're catching that every time.
Well, in a lot of the ocean, we actually don't really have the capabilities to retrieve what's on the floor.
Exactly.
Anyways,
we don't even have the tech for it,
so a lot of this is around the coast of Brazil and Florida.
Yeah.
You know what else is around the coast of Brazil and Florida?
My plug?
The deepest point in the ocean, the Bermuda Triangle and the Mariana Trench.
Okay.
So we genuinely might actually not even have the resources if we wanted to go and retrieve all of this.
I think what really backs that point up more than anything is one of the following paragraphs here.
Okay.
Where it mentions, do you see where it says how much the U.S. seized last month?
Last month, the U.S. Coast Guard announced it had recovered more than $186 million of illegal narcotics. That's almost $250 million.
From
like
the Caribbean?
$1 billion almost.
But Kyle, do you realize how massive that is?
Right.
The U.S. Coast Guard themselves seized almost $200 million worth of illegal only coming in from the waters of the Caribbean.
In the freshly named Gulf of America.
The water, true. We'll see how long that one sticks. You know?
I think it'll stick. I
don't think so, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's silly, but I think it's kind of fire at the same time. Like,
really?
Yeah, like I think it's ridiculous, but I also like support, like it's dope, you know? Like, hell yeah, Gulf of America, bro. Yeah.
If we just rename Mexico like America,
like to me, like like we're just like, yo, hold on, like that's our Gulf actually. Chill out, that's our Gulf. We use it more than you. And they were just like, all right, yeah, you're right, you probably do.
So does this play into your fear of the ocean? Like the sharks could be on.
Yeah, dude, like you have no idea what's going on. You have no idea. There's probably undiscovered species to worry about.
Yeah. You know? About 20,000 feet lower than we are, bro.
But you don't know. Like, they can come up for a snack sometimes.
Sure, but if they come up for snacks, they're just, like, violently desperate, you know?
We don't know that. We don't know anything about the ocean.
I know that pretty comfortably.
No, we know... The only thing we know is that we know very little about the
ocean. I'm going to rip
ocean.
these salts and get to my article.
All right.
What I will say, though...
Are these the ones with
these are the old
pentagram?
ones.
I don't want those ones. Those are crazy.
Kyle... Do you think a shark would eat you if you got in the water?
Yeah.
In the ocean?
Yeah.
Realistically, like, be honest.
I think
you
best
really think that?
bet is I'm hoping the kills his appetite. That's
Your
literally
best bet
fingers
is
crossed.
All the sharks are on.
Fingers crossed
OD?
is the shark's appetites suck because of all the stimulants. That's my fingers crossed. I'm not thinking like, oh, maybe they're happy. No. I think if anything, going to make them more aggressive. It said in there The hammerheads, which are normally super chill sharks, were really inquisitive about humans, which is weird. They're like, normally we think they're the smartest sharks. They're pretty crazy biologically. I do like hammerheads.
I wish you weren't scared of sharks, Kyle.
I'm so scared of sharks.
Well, you know what?
But not only sharks. There's a lot of things in the ocean. Jellyfish, barracuda.
I get it, bro. Any living being in the water you're scared of.
A whale's super chill, but he could accidentally just erase you because he's so big.
That's so irrational. Like, with that logic, I could be like, bro, I shouldn't go to the zoo, bro. A gorilla could eat
You ever
me.
see an article about like a dolphin just diddying somebody? They do that.
No, what are you talking about?
Dolphins are the horniest creatures on earth. Dolphins are Dolphins are genuinely the horniest things on earth. They be diddying
I'm not gonna lie.
people. They're the diddies of the sea.
If you live your life on the assumption that a dolphin's gonna fuck you in the ass involuntarily,
not only that, it's just,
then like
it's just the thing
you're the
is,
kind of guy a dolphin would fuck involuntarily.
The thing is, there's a 2%
but
of
you
that.
can choose
There's a 2%,
that life, Kyle.
There's a 2% of the shark. There's a 2% whatever, the barracuda,
but
and it adds up to be like
Kyle,
25%. And I'm the bottom of the food chain. I don't belong there, bro.
So you don't believe?
I don't got gills.
So you don't believe you're an alpha male that could deny a dolphin
Not
from
in the
fucking
ocean.
you?
Alpha male on land, I'd screw a dolphin up. If a dolphin tried to diddy me on land,
no
I'd
shit.
ruin
But you're moving
that
the
dolphin.
goalpost. You're moving
but
the goalpost.
in the water, there's nothing I can do, bro. He's gonna swim circles around me, and I'm gonna say you don't have my consent, and he's gonna say too bad. There's the ocean. That's his domain.
There's not a single
bro.
person watching this that has ever been fucked by a dolphin.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
You genuinely
Yes,
don't
I
know
do.
that. What are the stats on that? You want to Google? We have Google. What are the stats? I've seen people getting screwed by dolphins. Yeah, they get crazy. Dolphins straight up get rowdy, bro. Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on.
See that? I'm already seeing they can be aggressive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we can't post this.
It's
Dolphins do
backwards.
not mate with humans, and sexual interactions between the species are extremely rare and unnatural.
I literally can disprove you tonight if you want me to. I'm not going to take the time out
What
of
are you
this
gonna do?
episode
Swim
to
out
do
to the
that.
ocean and let a dolphin hit?
No, no.
Like, what are you
I
talking
can find
about?
you videos of it happening.
I don't wanna watch
There's a
that.
whole documentary on this chick that like she was trying to.
No, listen.
No. Hear
But
me
no,
out. Hear
listen.
me out.
No, hear
wait.
me out.
Before you go,
You're doing the same
she
thing
was
again.
She was trying to teach the dolphins because she wanted to communicate with them. And after like months of this, she just developed a relationship and started like screwing.
But
the
listen,
dolphins.
Kyle, you keep assuming. Listen, here's the issue. You always assume you're gonna be the guy in the worst scenario. If you get in the same pool as a dolphin, you assume you're gonna be the guy who gets fucking penetrated by a dolphin.
It's not that I think that.
But
it's
listen,
going
let me
to
finish.
happen.
Let me finish.
Right, okay.
If you get on a plane, you think that plane's crashing because you're on it. If you get in the
No.
water, you think a shark's gonna eat you because the shark sees
I'm
you
not
in
afraid
it.
of planes.
Why do you do that every time?
I'm not
You gotta
actually
stop
afraid
doing
of
that.
planes. That was a
Why would a
cap.
dolphin rape you?
Okay, first of all, I'm not really afraid of planes. That was completely capped because I thought it would
You
be
get my
chill
point, though. You get my
if I
point, though.
pretended and got to just pretend to be afraid of planes instead of being afraid of the ocean. I thought that would be easier. So that was cap. I am not afraid of planes. But it's not that I think that for sure, like I'm going to get touched by
You
a
talk
dolphin
like
or
it, though.
eaten by a shark. It's just that if that happened, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just there for the experience.
Then you got
at that
fucked by a
point.
dolphin. Like, what we
Right.
do, that's life, bro. That's part of the life experience,
maybe
dude.
even gangbanged. They hunt in packs. So, like, the ocean potentially could be a terrible experience, whereas that is not a roll of the dice.
I hate this cop-out so much. I hate
It's
this
just
cop-out
genuinely
so much.
not a roll of the dice on Earth. I'm not worried about being on the bottom of the
I want to
food
make it
chain.
very clear. I hate
Or like there's
this
a
logic.
25% chance that I could be eaten by sharks or raped by dolphins. It like
what are you even talking about
worst
right now?
case scenario that happens to me if I walk outside is like there's a stray cat that's a little aggressive and I can probably be like, yo, go away, and he'll probably go away. But a shark? He doesn't understand English, bro. You tell a shark go away,
But do
he's
you
gonna
see?
bite
You're
your
literally
ankle to
proving
just
my point
see
right
what's
now.
up.
You're literally proving my point right now. I just said how you're always the guy who assumes you're going to be in the worst common denominator of a group, and you're doing it again right now.
It's not that
how
I
many people
assume
go in the
it
water and
will
get sharks
happen.
that eat their legs?
Right, I know.
One
it's
in a
not that I
million,
assume it will happen. It's that I assume it's again not assume, but I know it could happen or understand that it could happen. And statistically, yeah, how many people get attacked by sharks? Not a lot, but how much time do people spend in the ocean versus on land? Also, not a lot. So, yeah, I get that statistically the car is more dangerous, but you spend a lot more time in the car and you break the law in the car all the time. I do, unless you're Greg from State Farm, then no, I don't. That was just for entertainment purposes, Greg.
You keep
but
moving the goalpost, though.
Dude, well, all I'm
talking about
saying
sharks in
is
the water, and you're
ocean,
talking about car
statistically
accidents.
isn't
That has nothing to do
scary,
with
but
that.
realistically is terrifying, and I'm not for it. But I'll face other fears. You want me to go to bird sanctuary? I don't see the point, but whatever. Fine. I'll be terrified, but I'll get over it. The dentist, obviously, heavy benefits. That would be awesome. I'd be a rock star all of a sudden. But also scary. The ocean, no benefit. No benefit. I mean, you guys can argue with me in the comments. If you guys really are dying to see me get in the ocean or go surfing,
I literally
let me know. But I think that Kyle goes to the dentist or Kyle goes to a bird sanctuary and conquers his fear after having a terrible trip and developing a fear of birds. I think those would be better videos than Kyle gets in the ocean for 5 minutes and has a heart attack and then retreats.
It's like beating a dead horse. Because I've known you long enough to know that you just won't ever do something.
Right, you do know.
But that in itself drives me nuts. Because listen, you preemptively describe how. But listen, no, stop. Let me finish. You preemptively describe how something will go before it goes that way, and you do it every single fucking time. It doesn't matter.
Fine. That's my one thing that I'm not willing to do.
Do you know how many people watching this right now would be like, dude, imagine if I lived in Cali and got to live on the beach and surf there as much as I wanted. They would kill for that, even if they've never surfed.
Honestly, I think actually that's an exaggeration. I think that people that don't live around the ocean don't crave the ocean. Maybe they crave watching the sunset, but I do not think that people in Utah are man, I wish I could try surfing. No. I think they probably more commonly have the same fear that I do.
All right, let me change this. Have you ever conquered a fear before?
Yeah.
Like what?
I don't know, sure. Or, I mean, I drove here by myself. I was a little nervous about that. Remember,
That's not a real
No. Remember, I originally wanted to get
inherent
Sean to come with me because I was afraid to drive here by myself.
That's not the same level as an ocean. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like a real fear that you would act like this about.
There were girls that I would absolutely not talk to, but homies put me in the situation, like Dave and Braxton. Dave forced me to talk to Braxton. I didn't want to talk to Braxton.
I don't know who those people are.
I thought she was hot. I was brand new to the school. Dave was one of my first friends. You know who Dave is. And I
you're gonna drive me crazy again, Kyle.
I asked him who this girl was, and he called her over and was like, yo.
No, because listen, you know what you're doing?
What's up?
You're giving examples that are almost a decade old.
Okay, yeah, I haven't recently conquered a fear. I have 4 fucking fears, bro.
Dude, you got 4 fears, bro. List. Ample time to conquer them.
Yeah.
Ample time to conquer them, Kyle.
Okay.
Prime time.
So then what? I conquer my 4 fears and I'm just not afraid of shit? I'm just a superhuman?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Fire.
I mean, that's a weird way to live. I think it's healthy for people to have fears.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're beating a dead horse at this point.
I'm willing to conquer, like I said, the dentist fear is number 2 on my list, and I will do it. Because I see a silver lining. I don't see a silver lining to the ocean. Do I think I will realistically be attacked by an animal in the ocean? No, probably not. I have, there's
we're
2
beating
people
a dead
in
horse.
here that go in the
We're
ocean
beating
all
a
the
dead
time.
horse. We are beating a dead horse.
Sure.
We are beating a dead horse. All I will say is you need to be more open-minded.
Okay.
You need to be more open-minded.
My one thing. That's the only thing. Can you name another thing
What do you mean?
that I'm not willing to conquer? That's the only thing.
All I
There's
said was you need
one.
to be more open-minded.
Okay, I'm open-minded.
No, you're not.
Not towards
no,
that
you're not.
one.
No, you are not.
Not towards that one.
No, you're fucking not.
Not
No, don't
towards
lie to
that
me
one.
right now, Kyle.
All
You
right.
are not open-minded. You are the most narrow-minded guy I know.
Bro,
You legitimately, I know so many. Kyle.
I would order a non-plain burger before I get in the ocean.
No shit. That proves my fucking point.
You act like that's not a crazy thing. I hate not plain burgers.
Okay, we're wasting time.
Okay.
We're wasting time.
Well, yeah, what is your article about?
No, I can't even believe what you've just said, dude. Like, I just can't even believe it, dude.
I can't believe that you can't believe it. It's one thing. It's literally one thing. I told you time and time again, everything else on my list I'm willing to conquer, just not that one.
This is just the most irrational thing I've ever heard.
Okay, fine. What is your
It's just the most
about?
rational
What is
thing.
your news
No. I need a shot.
Okay.
I need a shot.
Intoxication. Intermission, everybody.
I need a shot. I say this, okay? A, you established your fears on camera, which means they'll never stop asking you to conquer them.
Sure.
And B, more importantly, I say this coming from a position of a friend. Like, at the end of the day, dude, like, our episodes will do fine view-wise, whether you conquer your fears on them or not. But I think more so as a friend, you conquering your fears will be beneficial to your mindset about things, you know? And the bigger picture I'm trying to establish here is your fears are irrelevant in the point I'm trying to make. What I'm trying to say is, like, you're very reserved about things, but that's very contradictory to what we're doing right now. Right? Like, we have a podcast together. We do our own thing. Like, we're very public about anything on our mind. I think inherently a decent part of that is, like, not having fear or anxiety about things. So whatever your fear may be, I think there's a lot of value in conquering that. That's all I'm trying to say.
I agree. I think you maybe underestimate my fear of the ocean. Like, I don't know that you have a fear.
I just wish I knew a way to make you get in the ocean so you could realize how irrational it is.
I'm very afraid of the dentist also. I'll do the dentist. I'm going to be really afraid, and we can make a video out of it, but I will do that one.
Well, we're going to the fucking dentist,
If we conquer three of my four fears, and we run out of things for me to do, perhaps you guys could convince me to conquer the ocean fear. That does put a pit in my stomach to even say. But this episode could just know that, like, I am announcing how firm this fear is. So if we ever do conquer that fear, you guys understand how scared I am.
I get that, but you don't have fears based on experience. Like, you don't scare things because something made you scared.
The other three are.
I don't know. All right, no, we're beating a dead horse.
Just not that
I'm moving on. No, because listen up. I got